Hi there, future self. It appears to me that you've decided to start selling some t-shirts as a side business venture. I'm here to give you some advice on the best way to go about doing that and some things to avoid along the way. So the first tip that I'm going to give you is to get feedback from other people and ask people around you whether they feel like your idea has any merit and whether it's something that's worth implementing and devoting any of your time and resources to. Because if there's no interest in the process or product, then it's kind of a waste of time if nobody's interested in it. So that's our first piece of advice. Second thing to focus on is your who luck, as stated by Chip Andrews. Chip Andrews told us that there are opportunities that come our way, and sometimes we just don't even catch on to them. So during the course of this, take advantage of who you know as far as being able to make connections, whether that be owners in the owner of the restaurant or the customers who come in the restaurant. So you've got to work both angles there. Our third piece of advice is to be optimistic, and this is something that we learned back at base camp. One of the 8 design mindsets, and this is simple, but it's not always simple in its implementation because it can be difficult to be optimistic. So, you know, when you are stuck on a challenge, you got to keep your optimism because being pessimistic is not going to help you nearly as much as it would if you were optimistic throughout the process. And last piece of advice relates to teamwork, and this is something that over the course of this class and over the 3 treks, I've learned more about teamwork. I've had a chance to work kind of in depth on projects with teams, and some of those were groups that were just formed randomly, and one of them was by choice. And through working with those different groups, those 3 different groups, I've got a good feel for kind of a lot of people who weren't really sure what they were doing, didn't know what they were getting into, as well as by the end to where everyone felt confident. And so you've got to you got to pick the right team. If you're going to bring people in with you, you got to make sure they're people that are viewing the goals and objectives and values the same as you, because otherwise they may end up not being very helpful in the long run. So that being said, take care, have fun.